Alright, good day everybody. I just came out to the shop. I just unplugged the tractor from that new block heater. We'll fire it up. We're supposed to be getting a good dump of snow here. There's a winter storm warning in effect for northeastern Ontario up here. And it's coming up all the way along the eastern seaboard, right into the Great Lakes region up in here. And it's supposed to be a pretty big storm. They're talking about up to 30 centimeters of snow. So we're talking a good 12 inches of snow, maybe more, who knows. But anyway, I'm going to prep this KIOTI tractor, fire it up. I'm going to put the blade on. And the reason I'm putting the blade on this KIOTI right now is because I don't have the 12-volt circuit hooked up for the snowblower for the rotary chute. I just don't have that done yet. And I'll show you why. I'm into a bunch of chainsaw rebuilds and stuff. So anyway, that's just another issue. So I'll fire this up. But one thing I did do, I got that installed right there. I got that flashing safety beacon installed up there with some scrap metal I had laying around here. And that's nice when you're working toward the road, down at the bottom end of the driveway on the road. And that beacon that's on top of that KIOTI tractor behind me, that flashing beacon, that's a nice LED, basically programmable. It's got 20 or 30 different strobing settings on there. And I just put that on there just the other day, so I thought I'd get that on there. Anyway, let's fire that thing up. It's been block heating for 2 hours. Guys, let's do a little snow blading here. One huge benefit here, enclosed cab. Big snowstorm coming, so I want to just get the edges of this driveway identified. We got a light snow last night, so I'm just knocking this off. We probably got 2 inches of snow right here I'm knocking down. And you just gotta love an enclosed cab. No wind, no rain. I got the heat setting right there. It's on defrost. I got that fan on number 3 there. It's nice. So when you're in this enclosed cab, it's a beauty. I mean, there's no longer that struggle for me up here in Northeast, even if it was blowing snow. And we are supposed to get up to 60, 35 mile an hour winds here and up to a foot of snow. So we're gonna get a snowstorm. So I'm gonna end up having to plow this driveway. And like I say, that's the huge advantage for me up here, to have a heated cab. When you use this tractor, you wonder, God, how did you ever do without a heated cab? But anyway, we're gonna carry on. And as you guys can see right there, I'm windrowing all that snow to the center, and we'll just take a few swipes and we'll just drop it off the one side. I'm just getting that edge defined, and we'll get this driveway cleaned up. And we're running this tractor at about almost 2,000 RPM, probably 1,900 RPM. Between 18 and 2,000 anyway. You don't want to be lugging these DPF machines. You don't need to scream them, but just give them a good RPM and stick with it. Hopefully you can see me okay. I don't have my camera mounts, but anyway, there's a bunch of advantages right now on this tractor that I like, and I'll show them to you as we run. First of all, when I'm plowing or even pushing with the bucket or whatever, up and down this long driveway, I got armrests. They make a huge deal, and this spring seat makes a huge deal. I mean, I can go on and on about the features, but they are nice until you've never had them, you don't realize, but once you had them, you think, wow, these features are nice. The heated cab, the cab on the tractor, the heat, and these armrests. But something else that's nice, and I'll show you, is this cruise control. When I'm blading up the road and I'm just windrowing the snow to the side of the driveway, and I'm going up the driveway, I find that these double pedals on this KIOTI are stiff. Well, I know they're stiff. They're stiffer than a Kubota treadle pedal, that's a fact. The rocker pedal on the Kubota, and I'm going to show you guys all this, much more refined and much smoother. These are a heavy pedal, and you really need to put your foot into the high stat pedal on these KIOTIs to keep them pushed down. It takes a lot more force, but luckily this tractor has cruise control, so I use that quite a bit, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Just doing a baseline scrape here, getting that snow off, pushing it to the edge, and getting ready for this storm. We'll get the sides of this driveway defined, and then at least she knows where she's going, and she can see the width of the driveway. Alright, we got that blade set. We're just going to throw that snow off to this side of the driveway. Alright, so when I'm going up the hill like this, and I'm just windrowing that snow, I got a long distance to go. So there's our cruise control right there. All you do, set your pedal, your high stat pedal where you want it, right there. Take your cruise, lock it in, and there you go. You can take your foot off the pedal right there, and you got cruise control. And you know you got cruise control because this is lit up right here. That tells you have cruise control. And this tractor just maintains, just like a car, maintains its speed. And that cruise control action, this tractor is done with a large 12-volt magnet. And it just magnetizes that pedal, and it holds it where it is. I haven't seen it yet, but I know it's done with a magnet because I can hear it snap, and it must be one hell of a strong earth magnet in there. So as you guys may be able to hear with this tractor, I am not varying my RPM with this tractor. When I'm working this tractor, I treat this tractor like my excavator, like my track loader, like any of my equipment I'm running. I set the RPM, whatever it may be, 2,000, 1,800, whatever, and I just leave it there. Especially with the link pedal on these KIOTIs. I don't want this KIOTI going down to an idle, and then as I treadle forward or as I push forward, the RPM comes up and down according to how fast I push this pedal, because it has this automatic link pedal setup where you can vary your RPM according to how hard you push on your traversing pedals. I don't want that. I don't want this tractor going up and down in RPM in the cold weather. I'd rather set this DPF machine, at least in the winter time, at a steady 18 to 2,000 RPM, and just let that motor work, which isn't it's not a terribly high RPM anyway. It's a good working RPM. And then just traverse back and forth. I don't want that engine, like I say, idling or revving, idling and revving, going up and down. I want it to stay one constant speed in the winter, and I want to keep that motor loaded up. And so that's why you will hear this motor continuously running at 1800 to 2000 RPM. I just leave it running like now, and I do my work. All right, you guys, so I showed you a few things on that KIOTI, and especially with that cruise control going up the hill, because of those stiff pedals on that, I find them stiff, and they are compared to a Kubota. One thing about the rocker and the Kubota's hydraulics are super smooth. I'm going to show you guys the difference on another video. But anyway, the Kubota treadle pedal, very smooth, very easy to maneuver. And yes, I've worked with it for several years, so I'm used to it. But the fact that these KIOTI pedals, they're a lot stiffer, these singular pedals. So coming up that hill over that long distance of whatever it is, 600 to 700 feet on this driveway, I like using that cruise control, and then the pedals get latched in that position and away you go. That's one nice feature. And I talk about leaving that engine at a continuous, let's just say 2000 RPM. And because it's cold weather, this is a DPF machine, you want that motor to always stay at operating temperature. I don't, like I say, I don't want that motor idling down, revving up, idling down with that link pedal connect automatic auto throttle that this thing has, which is nice. If it was hot summer, I'd probably use it. And how that works, really, once you link that in, your throttle goes according to how hard you push on your forward pedal. So if you push hard on your forward pedal, that engine automatically revs up, and when you let off your forward pedal, it goes back down to an idle. So it's quite a nifty little system, but I don't want it in the wintertime, so that's why I just leave it. Like I run my heavy equipment, 1 RPM, and I just treadle a high stat all day long like that. But anyway, I just wanted to show you guys a little bit on this KIOTI so far. It's coming good. Like I said, I've had not very many issues. I had and it shouldn't happen, but it is. It shouldn't happen. I had a leaky hose over here on the radiator, loose hose clamp, I guess, and I saw a puddle of glycol on the floor after my first couple uses, so I had to tighten up a hose clamp. Hopefully that's good. Like I said, faulty block heater, replace the block heater, and there better not be too many things, because a 50-hour tractor, you're not expecting that stuff. So we'll just see where it goes from here. And I'm getting ready, like I said, for that foot of snow we're going to get dumping. We're going to get higher winds too, so we are going to get a snowstorm, and it's just a matter of time. They're saying starting maybe late tonight and tomorrow. But anyway. to say, this is after the storm, you guys. After that storm that rolled through. I plowed last night I plowed the whole township last night with a plow truck. 8 hours, 9 hours, whatever it was. And by the time I get home, I really don't want to plow snow. But I will say, a cab tractor makes it much more enjoyable and much more comfortable. I will say that. But I'll tell you right now, what's super impressive about this KIOTI, the #1 feature that really impresses me is the ability of that tractor to pull that 6-foot scraper blade up this incline, this hill in 4-wheel drive with those R14s loaded. Those are loaded rear tires with no chains. Like, it's incredible. That's a lot of pulling power. Think about it, a scraper blade and with the ripper blade facing the tractor, you're pulling hard. That blade is digging, constantly trying to dig down into the ground, and it is ripping. And that tractor still pulls that thing straight up this hill, man. When you look at that driveway, I have pulled that right-hand side of that driveway all the way up, and it's amazing on how that thing pulls. Now, like I said, don't you KIOTI guys get your head so swollen you can't leave the friggin' room, because she ain't a 10 out of 10. But so far it's performed pretty good. But like I say, no chains. That's a testament of that tractor hooking up with those tires. That I'm really impressed with that, I have to say, because my Kubota with those industrial flat R4s, they're fine and dandy for their business, but you would not dream of trying to pull snow up the hill. Hence, that's why I had to put tire chains on. Now, my Kubota will pull uphill also, but you have to have chains on that thing right now. Them R4 industrial, too flat, too wide, and they just don't have the grip. They got more flotation. But anyway, I just thought I'd show you guys a little bit. I'm doing the after the storm cleanup. As you can tell, we probably got a good 10 inches up here after that storm. So I cleaned up this morning a little bit. Now I'm fooling around in the afternoon. But thanks for tuning in, you guys. And I'm just gonna finish detailing this whole parking area up a little bit more, and breaking this driveway down a little bit. And also, if you just let this driveway go like any winter driveway, snow layer after snow layer, when you get a melt, you're trying to drive through slush this deep. So when I get a cold snap like this, like we're about -8 or -9 right now with cold nights, you want to get that blade and you want to take it down as close to that base as you can, almost right down to the gravel if you can. Get it ironed out, so if you get a warm spell, you're not running through slush. That's what I like to do anyway, and it gives you better traction. So thanks for tuning in, you guys. I'm just going to detail this driveway, keep working. So far, there are several things in that KIOTI that impress me, and a few things that I don't like. But anyway, we'll get to that later. But have a good day. Enjoy your nice snowy weather to all you guys that got that storm, and using your tractor and your snow cleanup. Have fun. All right, thanks for tuning in.